Scoring position, hits about 375 this year. Three balls and one strike. That'll load him up. Wohlers issues his second base on ball, the first an intentional walk to Morandini. And the bases are loaded for Pete Incaviglia. I'll bet you if the Phillies weren't leading right here, Ernie, you would get a chance to see either Dalton or Truck right here for Incaviglia, don't you?
Yes, a little closer, probably would. Here's Bobby Cox coming out, but they're saving him. I think what the manager likes to do is if he gives Dalton a night off, he'd like to have not even use him at all and give these other guys a chance to play, and that's what Bobby Cox does often. He gets everyone in the ball game.
That'll signal the end of the night for Mark Wohlers. Braves are going to make a pitching change, and we'll be right back.
I know it's a kid's cereal, but I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. This is my story.
I used to go to secluded places so no one would discover me. I knew it was wrong, but I just couldn't help myself. That's when it happened.
Hey, what's going on in there?
Luckily, he understood.
How can I condemn a man for something I do myself?
You've got to admit, Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
If you're concerned about getting rid of weeds this way, try a better way. I'm Jim Martindale, here to introduce you to the Weed Popper. Place the Weed Popper next to a weed, step down, and the weed pops right out. The Weed Popper pulls weeds without kneeling, bending, and without chemicals that may be dangerous to our groundwater supply. The Weed Popper, with its 100% lifetime guarantee, pops weeds out as easy as 1, 2, 3.
The Weed Popper is available at True Value, Ace Hardware, Kmart, and Home Quarters. Makes a great gift for friends who garden.
Phillies lead it by 3, threatening to add on more. Bases loaded here in the top of the 7th inning. Still nobody out. Steve Bedrosian on the pitch. Steve off to a good start. No one-loss record. His earned run average right at 3. This is his 11th appearance, averaging a strikeout an inning. And the league hitting right at 270. And for the second time in consecutive innings, Pete Incaviglia will greet a new Braves pitcher. He was the first one who faced Wohlers, and he'll be the first up against Steve Bedrosian. Incaviglia, 1 out of 3. Popped up, but it's going to get out of play. Every now and then you might get a picture of the scoreboard here at the stadium as we pan to the outfield. They're showing 10 hits. Our line score shows you 9 because we are going to thoroughly investigate that play at first before we rule it a base hit. Let's see how you can call it a hit when you didn't touch the bag. 5 career grand slams, the other one a year almost to the day. The last one. 1-1.
Pacers have tied it at Indiana 59, Atlanta 59, 8:10 left in the third quarter at the Army.
Here it's 4-1 Phillies. The Braves with the infield in. Their first play will be to throw home if it's a grounder. Good stop by Charlie O'Brien.
Oh, there's not many that get by Charles.
Nope.
He just drops to his knees. Watch him. He just drops to his knees and says, hit me in the chest. And I'll smother it.
We get so caught up in glorifying all the offense that we don't give enough credit to the guys who save runs like that. Winning is pluses and minuses. Let's outscore them and then keep them from scoring as many. And that right there, credit Charlie O'Brien with an RBI. That's one less runs the Braves have to score to get even. Because if he doesn't stop that, it's another Phillies run. Things are not looking good. It's 3-1 to one of the best triple hitters in the National League, Pete Incaviglia. And he's going to look for something to hammer here. Got it. Make that 6 grand slams. And that is way out of here.
I believe that ball went into club level. You don't see many hit in there often. Right over the Warren Spawn sign into the club level.
Back the tractor off my head, Grandma. I cannot catch my breath after that one. 8-1 the score.
Let's watch it. I guess we got him right in the middle, but he was behind in the count, 3-1. And did he know it or what? He's just trying to measure it.
8-1. The Phillies have broken this one wide open, and Chamberlain is the batter. You can close the book on Wohlers. To right field, that could be trouble, but Justice has room. First out of the inning. For Mark Wohlers, 1 inning, 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. He gave up 5 runs. 4 runs. Picked up 4 runs. The last one charged to Bedrosian. One out for Todd Pratt. That will send them scurrying for the aisles. There's a strike. Make it 1-1. That's kind of the way it went, Danny Jackson. He's showing you there. Only it might have had a little bit higher trajectory. Watch where this ball comes down, Ernie.
Look at the Warren Spawn sign. And it hit the person right in the hand, right over the 21. You don't see many hit into the club level here. That one was, and it bounced out.
As my former pitching coach Red Adams used to say, that had altitude and longitude. Full count.
Little juice in that max fly, wasn't there?
Nah, there was a lot of muscle in that big boy that hit it out of here. Got him. First strikeout by Bedrosian, second out of the inning. And here comes Morandini. Morandini has grounded to first, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play, and was intentionally walked back in the 6th inning.
481 feet on the home run.
Yow. Normally you file a flight plan for a trip that long. I don't think the Wright brothers went that far with their first flight, did they?
No, I don't believe so. And you know, those baseballs are not manufactured in this country. I think they're wrapped somewhere else. I'm not quite sure. It used to be
Well, this stadium had been pointed south. That would have almost made it back home then. A ball and 2 strikes to Mickey Morandini. Ernie, that's the way I used to give them up.
Well, they weren't cheapies. I've given up a few like that, too.
No doubt about it.
You mentioned Stan Lapata in Philadelphia. Hit one up on the roof at Connie Mack Stadium.
McGriff will take it, and he'll take it himself. That'll close the barn door here in the 7th, but all the animals may be out. 5 runs on 5 hits. Nobody left. 7th inning stretch. Braves need some runs. This is L.A.
We have tons of friends.
This is Tosh. This is my wife. This is my neighbor. This is my son-in-law. This is my very good neighbor. This is my number 2 daughter. Hi. This is my neighbor, John.
When I found out that I needed surgery, it was kind of a shock.
Luckily, it turned out.
Aflac really helped protect our savings. Just really took the worry away.
Aflac covers the unexpected cost of getting better so you can get on with life.
Don is definitely not a dancer.
Velux roof windows and skylights give you the power to control the day.
The competition included more than 100 of the world's best cars. But in the end, only one was judged a car ahead. Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year, the new Accord from Honda.
We're going to the bottom of the 7th. It looks like Milt Thompson out there. And that's who it is in left field, former Brave. Don't forget tomorrow, Phillies and the Braves, 12:35 on CBS. And Thursday's off, and then from New York, we'll be with you at 7:30 Friday and 1:35 on Saturday.
Lemke to lead it off. The Braves need 7 to get even, but have 9 more outs to play with. Defensive changes. We told you about Milt Thompson in left field. Jim Eisenreich has gone in. He'll play in right field. Well, Jim Fregosi going to his defensive platoon. It's still Boskie on the mound, and it's still Boskie throwing strikes.
Boy, he's got to be dancing out there. Got an 8-1 lead.
Strike 2, and that's what you want out of a pitcher when you give him runs to play with. Make him put it in play. Comebacker. The first one is easy in the 7th inning. 1-3 if you're keeping score, and it'll bring up Charlie O'Brien.
Skip is about ready to give the fans permission to go walk their dog if the Braves don't do anything in this inning.
Milt Hill cranking up down in the Braves bullpen. But he also reminds him to patronize your sponsor.
Oh, yes, that's the second part of his comment.
O'Brien, a perfect 2 for 2. His average up to 360. A couple of homers, one of them coming tonight, and a half a dozen RBIs for Charlie O. On the ground to short. Duncan boots it. Catcher running. Got him. 2 outs for Rafael Belliard, but we might see a pinch hitter. Mike Mordecai might.
Little boot, but he knew the catcher was running. Came up and threw a strike and still had him by a couple of steps.
So Mike Mordecai is going to get his first AB. He has come on to play defense and pinch ran one. So pencil in Mordecai. There are his numbers down at Richmond. Nothing but strikes from Shawn Boskie. Down low. Good breaking ball from Boskie. Michael Howard Mordecai out of Birmingham, Alabama, and that makes his home over in Pinson, Alabama, a 7th-round pick in the '89 draft. Good Brave scout Dickie Martin signed him to center field, but Dykstra had a beat on it. It's another easy inning for Boskie. The Braves U-turn quietly, 1-2-3, 7 in the books. The Phils are cruising.
Had never been invented. If pantyhose had self-destructed upon creation, and all there was to wear were the loose, free clothes Fruit of the Loom makes, then life would be truly enjoyable.
Good to see him so relaxed. Yeah.
And you would be truly comfortable. Fruit of the Loom, clothes that make you feel good.
I'm a nurse. And I'm a nurse first, and I'm an Aetna employee second. The care is first. You know, is that patient being handled appropriately? I would hope that we would all care about patients the way we would ourselves or our own family members. And that's the way I see it, that, you know, that's my job.
Now there's a card unlike any other that gets you more at more locations than any other company. It's the Citgo Plus card, and you can use it at over 13,000 Citgos nationwide. And because it's the industry's fastest growing card, it can unlock the power of America's fastest growing petroleum company. There's only one card that offers this kind of convenience. It's the Citgo Plus card, the petroleum card.
We're going to the 8th. Let's take a look at the Delta National League scoreboard. Colorado won today, beating the Giants 4-2, and Florida shutting out Pittsburgh 1-0 in the 7th. Montreal 2-1 over the Mets in the 8th, and the Cardinals leading Chicago by 2. Later, Houston at Los Angeles, Cincinnati at San Diego. And for all the scores and highlights, be sure to watch CNN Sports tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern with Nick Charles and Fred Hickman.
We'll give you a look at the American League a little bit later. Mike Mordecai stays in at shortstop. Braves will go to the bullpen for a new pitcher. Milt Hill will be making his 6th appearance. No one-loss record. He'll be starting his 6th inning of work. The league hitting .350 against Milt Hill. And Shawn Boskie up for at-bat number 4. Hits the first one to Mordecai. Quick chance for Mike to welcome to the big leagues. Good arm. One pitch. 1 out.
Now at the American League Delta scoreboard, the Yankees, boy, they're playing good baseball. They've got a string going of about 5. They beat Cleveland, Milwaukee, beating Boston again 8-5. The Red Sox in trouble. They've lost several. They lost Viola, too. White Sox 7-0 on Seattle, Minnesota 5. You saw the rest of them.
And Dykstra as a hitter takes the first one up, or takes the first to first strike. And it's 0-1.
47,014 paid here.
Inside corner 0-2. I have a feeling Lenny Dykstra and Jerry Lane are not exactly in agreement as to the definition of the strike zone. And I remember he struck out looking in the first and didn't appear too happy with those first 2 calls. Off the fifth, out of play, still 0-2.
Dykstra had 2 strikeouts in his first 3 times, but he's also hit a double and a triple.
Phillies have hit for the cycle. Fistful of extra base hits for the Phils tonight.
This game has a way of humbling you.
Ain't that the truth?
All of a sudden you think you're pretty special and you get walloped the next day out.
1-2 for the man they call Nails. He is an Iron Man. What is this? 193 of the last 194 games he has played in for the Phillies. Little 7-iron shot out of play there.
Hawks are still trailing 71-70.
You had a little piece of notebook paper there with some stuff on it you were looking at a little bit earlier.
You mean this very, very, very big roast?
Very big roast. The 1-2 to Dykstra make it 2-2.
Couldn't be any bigger. Jolly Green Giant getting roasted. Skip Carey on Monday, May 23rd. Ritz-Carlton Buckhead tickets of $100. And the number is 799 to call. We hope that you'll be there. 799-2237.
Hat trick for Dykstra. Milt Hill gets him. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night, the first for Milt Hill. So what's the date on that now?
Monday, May 23rd, 6:30. Cocktail 7:15 is dinner. Ritz-Carlton in Buckhead.
A roast of Skip Carey.
Yes.
Is that a round roast or a rump roast?
I'd say rump.
To God. For Mariano Duncan. Hill's breaking ball is outside, 1-0. Duncan 1 out of 4. A single and an RBI. Big inning for the Phillies, the 7th. They put 5 on the board. It was a ball game till then. Braves got a lot of catching up to do. Comebacker up the middle, that's going to get through. 11 hits for the Phillies. And Ricky Jordan will be coming up for his 5th at bat. He has been about as good as you can be tonight. A single in the first, a sac fly in the third, a homer in the sixth, and a double in the seventh. He has scored a couple himself. That is a good night's work offensively.
Giving John Kruk the night off. And Dalton, too.
What happened to Wally Pipp, do you remember?
They look ahead, too, though. Dalton will catch tomorrow. So they give him the night off today, and Kruk. The day game tomorrow. So they'll be back in there.
And Thursday could be an off day. I haven't looked at the schedule that closely for the Phillies. There's a strike. 0-2. You know, Ernie, the only really good thing about a game like this is that when the opposing team jumps ahead like this, a lot of the folks who have good seats down low leave. So some of the people who never get to sit down there now can go down and enjoy those seats, and that's what's taking place now. I think Ricky Jordan can go to the house. Mill Hill gives up the single. That's all. We move to the bottom of the eighth. A touchdown and the extra point will tie it up.
'94 Atlanta Braves Baseball on TBS is brought to you by Micatin.
You know what really gets under my skin?
Your boss?
No, my athlete's foot. Say this is my foot. Athlete's foot doesn't just happen from between my toes. It grows down in here, just below the skin's surface. That's why I use Micatin. Micatin's serious stuff. It penetrates to kill the fungus where it grows. With Micatin, I don't just get relief, I get cured. When athlete's foot gets under your skin, get Micatin. A cure that gets in.
At Long John Silver, they got glasses. 69 cents is all. Get them both big, big, and small. You better go fish. The reason is clear. At Long John Silver's, fine fish glasses are here.
Be surprised what a BMW convertible is going for these days. The new 318i.
Bottom of the eighth coming your way here. The Micatin National League RBI ratio leaders. Sheffield, Bagwell, Galarraga, Dalton. Dalton, in other words, gets an RBI every 3.8 at bat. And he's not playing tonight.
Tarasco's going to lead it off against Shawn Boskie, who's done himself one heck of a job tonight. And we owe you folks an apology. The Phillies made 3 defensive changes last inning, and we were remiss in not pointing out that young Tom Quinlan is occupying third base. Mr. Hollins has the rest of the night off. 2 balls and no strikes. Quinlan joined the Phillies from Scranton Wilkes-Barre on the 4th of the month. A 300 hitter down at AAA. Started every game down there for the Red Baron. To left field, headed for the corner and foul. Nice try by Thompson, but no chance at that one. It's 2-1 to Tarasco.
Nope, still runs very well. Will Thompson, a former Brave, also with the Cardinals for a while. Still got that speed. Part-time outfielder.
One of the things Jim Fregosi and Lee Thomas did so well last year is add Incaviglia, Thompson, Eisenreich, and set up a platoon system that functioned very well for the Phillies. Thompson and Incaviglia in left. Up in the air, Quinlan will have a shot at that if Pratt doesn't run him off. It's Quinlan making it. 1 gone here in the 8th inning, and in right field with Chamberlain and Eisenreich, the lefty-righty combo. When the opposition was starting a right-hander, you'd see Thompson in left, Dykstra in center, Eisenreich or Chamberlain when they were going to righty, it'd be Thompson, Dykstra, and Eisenreich with a lefty, Incaviglia, Dykstra, and Chamberlain. So they got some great production out of those tandems. I don't know that there were many left fielders and right fielders who played the whole year there who put up better offensive numbers than both of those duos. First pitch swinging, a little chip shot. Mariano Duncan's got it. And Shawn Boskie is making it look like a walk in the park. 2 outs in the 8th inning. Phillies lead at 8-1. That was his major league debut almost 4 years ago. First time up, complete game. Since then, he has not been on the field at the end for the congratulations.
Well, you never can give up on pitchers. They're kind of a little different breed. All of a sudden they learn a new pitch. They can come up a little bit later.
It's amazing how changing teams sometimes does it, too.
I don't know.
Changes the mix. Down low, 1-0.
Looks like it's going to be back to the old pants down around the ankles tomorrow.
Yep. The George Hendrick look will be in fashion tomorrow. A strike to Pendleton. That'll make it 1-1. One and two. To left center field, the man put in for defensive purpose does just that. Nice running catch by Milt Hill, and another 1-2-3 inning for Shawn Boskie. He has now set down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in a row. We move to the 9th. Phillies up by 7.
TBS presents your Sunday night mystery date. A gorgeous new client, a dangerous infatuation, and a hot proposition. The Suspect, the Matlock Sunday movie, Sunday at 7 Eastern on TBS.
I know I'll never forget that night. It was the middle of the night. My stomach was on fire. I was scared. And when I got to the doctor, I thought he'd give me a prescription. You know what my doctor said? My doctor said Mylanta.
For occasional heartburn and acid indigestion, doctors recommend Mylanta most, even over prescription drugs.
I got my prescription. My doctor said Mylanta.
So, my best friend is working like a dog to clean his car. With dish soap? Hey, you washing your dishes or your car? Look what Spot's got for you. Yeah, Spot and Wash. Dab a little on those embarrassing bug and car spots. Bingo, they're gone. Now wash the whole car with Spot and Wash. Oh, that's clean. Yeah, I wouldn't mind riding in that.
New Spot and Wash from Armor All. You'll never use dishwashing soap again.
Open the door, Spot. Spot, this is funny.
Finally, there's Sports Talk. For people who are on the ball. Tonight, CNN is calling all sports. 1 a.m. Eastern on CNN.
Bill Picota's going to play at third. He's got the high Sox look. And Mike Bielecki's going to come on and pitch, and ditto high Sox look. And I know Milt Thompson's mother will be very glad to hear he has not changed his last name to Hill, and he is still playing left field for the Phillies. For Bielecki, this will be appearance number 6. No one-loss record, a .475 earned run average, 5 2/3 innings, no walks, 3 strikeouts, a league hitting over 300. A 7-run lead for the Phillies. And it looks like Eisenreich is going to lead it off. He takes a strike. And Jim Fregosi made all those moves. He just kind of put them wherever he wanted in the lineup, in the batting order.
And Jimbo knows there's an afternoon game tomorrow. He's giving some of these veterans a little time off. Players aren't crazy about day games after night games.
Neither are announcers. Mordecai gets another chance. Boy, he's got a good arm. One gone. At what point did you feel like Phillies are up by 7 now. At what point did you feel like a lead was safe when you were out there?
When I was pitching about 16-1, I felt that was pretty good shape then. I always felt you never had enough runs. Somebody come on, we got enough runs. It's 7-0 or 7-1. I thought, that's not enough. Almost spawned for that Buell pitching, 3 or 4 runs. You can unlace your shoes and relax.
Here's ball 1 to Milt Thompson. Remember some of those offensive lean years with Los Angeles when Koufax and Drysdale were pitching there. They would scratch out a run in the first and say, here's your lead, big boy.
Yep.
And more often than not, those two would make it stand up, too.
There's your run. Shut them out.
Johnson fouls that one away, and it's 1-2. Milt Thompson at .323. Another good year offensively. A homer, 9 RBIs, 5 doubles. He was a part of that deal that's along with Bedrosian that went to Philadelphia, wasn't he, from the Braves? Go sit down. I think that'll do it.
We'll see what.
On the inside corner, and Balecki gets out number 2 here in the 9th inning very quickly. We have ourselves a small debate going on between Jerry Lane and Milt Thompson. Nothing serious.
Let's see if Milt has a gripe. Milt might have a gripe. I don't know if it came back enough.
We left out one other party. Umpires are not crazy about day games after night games either. A little parting shot for Milt Thompson. 2 outs. And this should be Quinlan.
And it is.
We told you, a 300 hitter at the AAA level.
Now, I like that. When a kid's at 300 at AAA level, give him a shot up here. But it's hard for me to see when a guy has an ERA of 6 or 7. Why
sounds like he has sounds like he has a little to learn.
Yeah.
1-2 to Quinlan.
Sometimes ERA of 6 or 7 in AAA, they send you to AA.
It's also a good story, too, Ernie. This guy was in the Toronto organization. And the Phillies signed him as a minor league free agent, a 6-year free agent.
That happens quite frequently now.
2-2.
And it comes out quite well in a lot of cases.
He's another pretty good multi-faceted athlete. 6'3", about 215. He was drafted by the Calgary Flames, a hockey player. Run the count full 3-2. He was on a baseball hockey scholarship at the University of Minnesota. He's a big kid. And again, it seems like all the Phillies are big kids. Payoff pitch to Quinlan. Toward second. Lemke's got it. Nice snag. Well, Balecki restores order, but it may be too little too late. The Phillies go 1, 2, 3 in the 9th. The Braves have 3 more outs.
If you're into fish, open your eyes. Long John Silver says something new you should try.
They got glasses.
69 cents is all. Get them both, big fish and small. Just 69 cents with any meal or snack.
Can you believe that? They got glasses.
Yeah, you better go fish. The reason is clear. And Long John Silver's fun fish glasses are here. And now get our famous fish chicken and fries for just $1.99.
Maybe it's because their frames are welded instead of bolted. Or because their decks are stamped from a single piece of steel. Or maybe it's the fact that they have the highest resale value in the industry.
Oh, hey, I always wanted one of these. Thanks.
But the truth is, when people are asked what kind of lawn tractor they'd like as a gift,
Happy birthday, Dad.
most say the same thing.
You could say it's because it's the only charcoal grill that starts with the push of a button. Or because its stainless steel work surface opens to a charcoal storage bin. But the flip-up cooking grate gives easier access to the char baskets below. Or that the simple stroke of a lever clears the ashes in a single sweep. The Weber Performer Grill. Of all the great features that have been put into it, perhaps the best feature is what you get out of it. If it's Weber, it's great outdoors.
We're going to bottom of the ninth. The Braves down 8-1 in basketball. Indiana 81, the Atlanta Hawks 74. Was 7 minutes and 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And Shawn Boskie trying to nail the lid on his first complete game since 1990. Braves with 3 more outs. Somebody you know in the dugout has said, let's give them a finish. That's always said when you're down by more than 3 or 4. First pitch swinging is Klesko. Out of play. Boskie looking for his first career shutout, his second career complete game. I'm sorry, not a shot. O'Brien got the homer. That's been a while ago and a lot of runs.
Just feels like a shutout.
Gone so quietly. Liner to right field. They're going to give him a finish. And a smart play by Ryan Klesko. It's not the 1 run that's the big one. It's the 6 that follow. No need taking a chance. It's a long single, but a good start in the 9th inning.
Some of the fans still remaining thought that he should try for 2, but you got to realize you never take a chance when you're down by 7 runs. You get thrown out. It's ridiculous. So Klesko played it the right way. He stayed at first. The Braves need a lot of base runners and then a long ball or 2.
The faithful ladder left, the chant and the chop out. They're not ready to go home yet. McGriff is the hitter. That'll get out of play, and it's 0-1. McGriff has popped to second, grounded to short, grounded back to the pitcher. That's Doug Jones. He's their closer. Remember, he and Jeff Juden came from the Astros in a deal that sent wild thing Mitch Williams down to Texas.
And they won't wait very long to get Jones in there.
1-1. Now, every manager would like to see a guy like him get this complete game, but sentiment goes right out the window.
The win comes first.
That's exactly it.
And he hasn't pitched that long. He hasn't gone 9 innings.
Little looper in the left center field. I don't think anybody's going to get that. Keep swinging the bat. You never know what might happen. Back-to-back singles. McGriff at first, Klesko at second. And Doug Jones heating up in earnest down the left field line.
This is a little pop fly single by McGriff to keep the rally going. Justice is next. Runners at first and second.
Justice has been on once, on an error in the 4th inning. He's flied to right and he's flied to center. A long one here, and the pucker factor goes up a little. Not much more of that exaggerated shift on Justice that we used to see. They're playing him almost straight away. Boskie misses outside. It's 1-0. A little bit too much time for Justice. Talking about Darren Dalton, it's going to be a short night for him. He's scheduled on NBC's Today Show tomorrow at 7:30 to talk about child immunization program. Another base hit. They'll play it 1 base at a time. Klesko will stop at third, but 3 in a row have made this interesting. The bases are loaded for Mark Lemke. And that might be the end of the night for Shawn Boskie. Normally, the pitching coach comes for a social call. The manager at this time of the game is bringing a forklift.
Well, the bases are loaded on 3 straight hits. Klesko, single, McGriff single, Justice single, and while they make the pitching change, we'll break away for this message.
How will the Braves make the next great play? Carefully, casually, considerately, completely. When will you see the next great play?
The next great play is a pitch away.
The Atlanta Braves, all season on CBS.
I was born in a small town.
That's where my customers are. Every day, important business takes place in towns all across the country. And every day, we're a part of it. We're in hundreds of towns like Opelika, Walnut, Oak.
The Northwest, Southeast, my territory.
Who would know better than Holiday Inn how to make your small town and big town meetings a big success?
Welcoming.
Just like the town I was born in.
Like the town I was born in.
Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
The few that are left here, and the Braves themselves, not convinced the night's over, but what a good outing by Shawn Boskie. 8+ innings, 5-hitter, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He absolutely cannot lose this ball game. He can get a no decision. Phillies will turn it over to their closer, Doug Jones. You see his number, one and very impressive one. No walks in 16 2/3 innings. Jones out of Covina, California, now makes his home in Tucson, Arizona. The deal with the Astros made during the winter meetings in early December last year.
Involving Mitch Williams, Jeff Duden came over along with Jones, who throws a lot of changeups. You look at his pitches from the broadcast booth or from the stands, a lot of fans will say, hey, I can hit that. He doesn't throw that hard, but he changes speeds and throws a lot of palm balls, I think it is, that get you off stride.
And he throws a lot of strikes. He'll work from the line. The first one to Lemke, grounder, base hit. Presto will score. They're going to hold McGriff at third. It's an 8-2 ball game.
Lemke continues his fine hitting. He knocked in 2 runs last night, knocks in another one here. Cresco scores. The runners are held to 90 feet apiece. Here's Charlie O'Brien. It's now a 6-run deficit.
Charlie O'Brien already with a home run. First pitch swinging. Looper toward left. That's going to get in. McGriff will score. Good base running by Justice. He's going to score. This baby ain't over yet. 8-4. For Charlie O'Brien, that'll get him scurrying around in the bullpen. A little looper down the left field line. Milt Thompson was playing a long way off the line. Held Lemke at second and O'Brien at first. And the hitter is Mike Mordecai.
Tying run, Don, is in the on-deck circle. That is Pacoda.
Heathcliff Slocum, the right-hander. David West, the lefty. A strike to Mordecai. Unfortunately, Ernie, what this does, if the Phillies do win it, is it kind of puts a damper on a sparkling performance by Shawn Boskie.
Yes, he went 8+, allowed only 5 hits.
1 and 2 to Mordecai.
The Braves aren't, or their fans aren't concerned with that. They just like to see a miracle finish.
And
get to a point where a grand slam ties it or wins it.
It has happened before. The Braves with 5 consecutive hits here in the 9th inning. That's foul. Look out, Jimmy Williams. Just in case. Down in the Braves bullpen. Greg McMichael is cranking it up. To left field and deep. Back to the wall goes Thompson. It's gone.
a 3-run homer. And the tying run does come to the plate. His first major league hit, and he hits it out of the ballpark. It is 8-7, and this place is going bananas. Here it is, and there it goes. The Braves have gotten up on the floor. The tying run's at the plate.
Bakota is the batter. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Still nobody out. Off the end of the bat, Jones to Jordan, 1 gone, 1-3 on the putout. It's a good thing they checked the pulse of the court because it still had one. Here's Deion Sanders. Braves would like to get him on. Sanders, the 8th batter in the inning for the Braves. 6 runs on 6 hits. A 3-run homer for Mike Mordecai. Ball 1 outside.
Gallagher on deck as a pinch hitter.
Out of play, 1-1. Ernie, did you know until that home run, as long as he's been around, nobody on this roster had ever hit a home run off Doug Jones. And it's a rookie who's been here less than a week.
Their hats off to him because he's never batted against it.
That's a base hit for Deion Sanders. The tying run is at first.
I don't know if they'll stick with Jones or not. Here's Gallagher. And then Klesko, who started it all with a single to right field.
That's 4 hits off of the Phillies closer. One of them the 3-run homer. Let's see if they turn Deion Sanders loose and let him run. If he does, it will not be against Doug Jones. Jim Fregosi has seen enough. He's going to go to the bullpen. Phillies make a pitching change. The new pitcher, right-hander Heathcliff Slocum.
What's his first name? Heathcliff? Heathcliff.
Bud Light, please.
Tonight's ladies' night, and there's a special on Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Oh, no, it's Ted from accounting.
In business, there never seems to be enough of it. And the last thing you can afford to do is run out of it. Time. So rest assured, Delta Airlines will help you make the most of it. With over 4,900 flights a day to over 300 cities around the world. And best of all, we'll make sure you arrive relaxed and refreshed with plenty of time to spare. Delta Airlines.
6 runs in, and the Braves aren't through yet. It's an 8-7 ball game. Mike Mordecai, a 3-run homer, 379 feet, the tail of the tape. And the Phillies go to the pen for Heathcliff Slocum. Slocum traveled all over the country last year, started in Iowa, went to Chicago, was traded to Cleveland, spent some time in Charlotte. The Phillies got him in November in a deal with the Indians. The numbers, pretty good ones. His earned run average, 199. The league hitting 260 against him. Gallagher up. This is the first one, and it's 0-1. Let's see if they put Deion Sanders in motion here.
They could do it. Got 13 stolen bases. And the Braves, the team of the 90s, they have done this so often in the last 3 or 4 years. Taken a ball game that looked like it was lost and turned it around completely. And the fans that have remained here are going crazy.
Ball one outside, a fake by Sanders. Really doesn't matter where anybody's ticket said they were sitting. There is nobody sitting here tonight anyway. Everybody left on their feet. The 1-1, 2-1. Tommy Green trying to offer some consolation to Shawn Boskie, who, from a spectacular outing, may not even come up with the win. There goes Sanders. Grounder to third. One play. It'll be to first. Well, Pacoda is out of there. Or Gallagher is out of there. Nice play by Quinlan. And I believe Jim Fergosi is going to make a double switch here. With Klesko coming up, John Kruk is going to come in and finish up. And that would mean that he's going to go to David West down in the bullpen to face Klesko. We'll fill in all the blanks when we come back after this timeout.
TBS presents your Sunday night mystery date. A gorgeous, wealthy new client.
I like older men. Always have.
A dangerous infatuation.
I mean, ethically, we're on very thin ice.
And a hot proposition.
You know what I've been dying to do all evening?
Can Matlock keep his cool?
But you could be disbarred.
The Suspect. The Matlock Sunday movie. Sunday at 7 Eastern on TBS.
Oh, this is South Dakota. We found out Tony was pregnant in late April. Of course, the babies were born 8 weeks premature. It was hard on both of us. Tony found out about Aflac from some friends of ours. Aflac took care of virtually everything.
Aflac covers the unexpected costs of getting better, so you can get on with life.
Babies' names are Tyler and Taylor, and they're about as healthy as you can get.
Slocum faced one, got one out. The tying run stands at second base in the person of Deion Sanders. David West, the new pitcher. West 0-4 with an earned run average near 6. In 12 games, he's worked 15 innings. He's given up 19 hits, 13 walks. He's had a lot of folks on base.
And Bobby Cox is going to counter with Javi Lopez, a right-handed batter, to hit for Klesko with a tying run at second base.
The 10th man in the inning to bat.
This is an unreal ball game. The Braves were trailing 8-1 when the bottom of the ninth started. It's now 8-7.
And for Javi Lopez, it'll be his first look at West. If you recall last year, West came on a few times and the Braves touched him up. A base hit and we're tied. Everybody on their feet. First pitch, line down the right field line. Deion Sanders will score. Javi Lopez comes through, and we're tied.
I can't believe it. It is 8-8. A pinch runner for Javi. McGriff is a batter. And we take a look at this swing. He hit a line drive that hit Kruk's glove. Kruk tipped it, but couldn't hold on to it. And here comes Deion scoring easily with 2 down. He was moving.
And here's Fred McGriff. Pinch runner Jarvis Brown at first base. Brown called up last week from Richmond. Mike Kelly sent down to Richmond to get some more at-bats. He has good speed. What a comeback. A 7-run ninth inning. To third base. Quinlan in foul territory. That'll take care of it. Well, the Braves needed the touchdown and the extra point. They got it. We're going to extra innings, tied at 8.
I was born
In a small
town.
That's where my customers
Where my customers are. Every day, important business takes place in towns all across the country. And every day, we're a part of it. We're in hundreds of towns like Opelika, Walnut, Hope.
The Northwest, Southeast, my territory.
Who would know better than Holiday Inn how to make your small town and big town meetings a big success?
Welcoming.
Just like the town I was born in.
Like the town I was born in.
Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
In business, there never seems to be enough of it. And the last thing you can afford to do is run out of it. Time. So rest assured, Delta Airlines will help you make the most of it. With over 4,900 flights a day to over 300 cities around the world. And best of all, we'll make sure you arrive relaxed and refreshed with plenty of time to spare. Delta Airlines.
Well, we hope when you went to walk your dog or to patronize the sponsors, you came back in time to see the 7-run 8th inning. We're going to the 10th. Gallagher will play in left field. And the new pitcher is Greg McMichael. McMichael coming on for appearance number 14. A 1-1 record. You see the numbers there. What a rally. 10 men sent to bat, make that 11 men going to bat for the Braves. 8 hits in the inning. Consecutive hits by Klesko, McGriff, Justice, Lemke, O'Brien, and Mike Mordecai shot one into the night. Todd Pratt is the hitter. First pitch swinging, fouls it away, and it's 0-1. So, well, we started with 47,000, probably 10 left here, but I guarantee you they wouldn't trade places with anybody in Atlanta right now. 1-1 to Pratt. It's Gallagher, Sanders, and Justice in the outfield. Pacoda, Mordecai, Lemke, and McGriff around the infield. Charlie O'Brien still behind the plate. That's high, and it's 2-1. Javi Lopez used for a pinch hitter. Sit there and cross your fingers and toes that all goes well for Charlie O'Brien. There's a strike. That'll even it at deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Inside, 3-2. Get that first one. Did he go around? They're going to check. Yes, he did. The throw to first. Good start in the 10th. Here we look at it. It's that changeup that goes low and away, and he couldn't hold back his bat. It was a close call, but a strikeout. Now Morandini. Morandini 0 for 3. He's drawn a walk. A strike to the Phil's second baseman. No luck at the Omni. Indiana beats the Atlanta Hawks 96-85. Ground ball toward Lemke closes the gap. 2 go quickly here in the 10th inning. John Kruk is going to be the hitter. Remember when Doug Jones came out of there, when Heathcliff Slocum came out, Jim Fregosi double switched and he put Kruk in the 9th spot. Kruk over 300. I think that's the lowest his batting average has been since he finished the season in '91. Last night he was 0 for 3 and drew a walk.